Hey Max,
What's up?
some lying figures emit noxious gas. Best keep your distance.
Lying figures?
Yeah, like Chris Beck. What's up, Sparks?
Hey, Sparks.
Hey, welcome back to Ernest Goes to Jail.
No, wait.
I
I
have to
don't
remember
know if I
all the
caught that.
controls. Holy shit.
You said lying figures?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was said. Like when they're lying on the ground and they'll just like start puking and spitting gas.
Oh, gotcha. Wait, was there a tip or something I missed? I totally
Yeah,
missed
it was
that.
on the thing.
Okay, gotcha. Whoops. All
right, Max.
You know what? We're gonna have to fix that joke in post. I'll
Yeah.
just add a laugh track or something. Just be like, wow. Genius quip, Beck.
Right. Ernest Saves Christmas.
Ernest
Yeah.
Saves
Hey, Max,
Christmas.
what's your favorite Ernest movie?
We've had this conversation before. I have
Yeah.
not seen a single Ernest movie.
Oh, damn it, Max.
Yeah, it's kind of, and that was kind of your reaction the last time too. It's just like, what the fuck is wrong with? Is this like the Infinite Staircase but backwards?
Yeah, at the bottom it's Princess Peach, but then it turns into Bowser.
Oh God.
Nope, we're just descending into the prison.
Jeez, man.
Well, and here's the really funny part. It's been a few because of like Persona and now Dragon Quest. It's been a few weeks since I've done this, so it's gonna be like doing it again for the first time.
I'm not gonna say you're predictable. That's not the case, but I would have been a little surprised.
But you did buy Dragon Quest 3 when you said you weren't gonna buy Dragon Quest 3.
I would have been a little surprised if you hadn't bought it by now, to be honest.
Right?
Oh shit! But I mean, God, I'm glad someone bought it because
it's so
I want
good.
to hear about it.
It really is. Like I wasn't sure going into it, like how much they would do different.
Yeah.
But they really did. No, last time we did. What did we play last time?
Was it just Silent Hill again?
No,
I think it was Silent.
We did we did Turtles last time.
Oh shit! That's right. That was fun.
That was fun. All right, Max, I'm going to need you to look up a guide because there's the only puzzle in the game that I straight up don't get is coming up.
Okay. I'll see what I can do. I can figure out about it. But yeah, I'm going to bring up the guide because I'm not greatest with puzzles.
Yeah, well, it's not even like a challenging puzzle. It's more just like it doesn't have a logical solution.
Should I just put in remake? Oh yeah, seriously, that's right. You weren't there.
Yeah, that's right. You were out, Sparks. And yes,
we did some of the retro.
Waited until you were gone. Sorry.
What was it? The Cowabunga collection.
Yeah, the Cowabunga collection. We did Turtles in Time and Hyperstone Heist, which neither of us had ever played before. I mean, fully.
And I was surprised how much it was. I mean, yes, Turtles in Time, but I forgot like how much these games that they would make for like both systems, they would be like, and this would actually change the name.
Right.
But something like the Disney games like Aladdin or Lion King or something, they would just be like different games on both systems.
Yep.
You know? Or they'd be pretty similar, but there'd be different stages, different enemies. And
that's kind of like what cool. Hyperstone Heist was. Like the graphics engine was very clearly the same, but they changed like everything else.
I mean, Baxter was human in that one, right?
Yeah, he just had his like weird like little flying robot thing. Yep.
Yeah, little flies.
Silent Hill 2 is not without its charm. Sorry, Sparks.
Going into the poop chute.
I'm so bummed.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll post it to YouTube sometime this week.
When I told Addie that the one time, I was like, I actually literally just totally forgot to tell her we were streaming, and that was when we did Vampire Survivors. And
oh shit!
It was she was because she's the one that not introduced me, but like. Her and Eric were playing it well before I was, and she was really like, "Okay, if you ever stream this, let me know." You know, and
damn it,
yeah, whoops, we'll have to do that again at some point. But especially with the Castlevania, that's been a lot of fun, actually. You know, just unlocking all the characters one by one, and to do it, you have to like, okay, beat this boss with this character, and then you'll get this character, and you know, just kind of doing that 20 times, basically. And it's been fun. The stage is humongous. It's just one stage, but yeah.
Yeah, no, so Vampire Survivors is a wild time. I mean, the way that you have it played anyways. By the way, we got like randomly when I posted that to YouTube,
Yeah.
we got like 2 random people comment about the game, which we almost never get YouTube comments.
Nice. We're gonna be in the algorithm, some people's algorithm for a few seconds.
Yeah, right. There we go.
That's a little, oof, the sewers. Anyway,
Yeah, the sewers really aren't much of anything. We're not going to be here very long. This is the room, though. I think coming up here. Here it is, the bug room.
What should I Google? Just Silent Hill 2 Prison, or is there a specific thing I should say?
Do like Historical Society bug room solution. Yeah, this is it. All right.
Okay, I got it.
All right. So we're on normal difficulty. Yeah. I mean, there's. Okay, we got the key.
Apparently, it's oh wait, never mind. That's from the old game.
All right. So the problem is, like,
God.
while you're entering the solution, there's these fuckers, and they keep reappearing.
Ugh.
So what is it?
All right, let's see here.
Damn it.
There's. All right, well, it is different every time, but here we go. It's either 239, 293, 329.
Son of a bitch. Hold on, they're back. 329, you said?
Every time the light flickers.
Yep. God damn it. Did I get it?
No, there's one
329.
more.
Nope.
392. Damn it. 923. There's only 2 more left.
All right, 923.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Hey.
Sweet.
So,
That's all we
do
needed.
you know what you're... Okay, I'm going to read and be like, what is randomized, blah, blah, blah. There are only 3 numbers on the keyboard, not covered in blood.
Yeah, and so is that what you're supposed to do? Just keep entering them in randomly?
Yeah, you're just supposed to, like, brute force it, basically.
Because that's what I did the first time. And I wasn't sure. Like, I realized it had to be some combination of 9, 2, and 3, but I was like, I'm missing something obvious.
What
here. I'm
sucks
stupid.
is if you don't write it down, you're gonna be like, I tried them all, you know, when there's like 1 or 2 you haven't. And
Right.
Yeah.
I was in that room for like a solid 10, 15 minutes on my playthrough.
I'm not totally jazzed about puzzles like that.
Yeah.
Or it's just like, is this a puzzle, or am I just like literally following just the kind of what you're telling me to do? But it's, I don't know. The fact that it's multiple solutions and it's just randomized, and it's just like, yeah, just keep trying while the bugs crawl over you. But whatever.
Hey Max, I know you have to be thinking for yourself right now. You know what I could really go for? Some more imagery of overweight white dude with anger issues, right?
Oh no.
That's right, Eddie's back.
Is he more disgruntled this time?
No, but he's clearly losing his grip.
Oh no.
Big deal.
I know what you're gonna say.
Gun to their head.
You know, if I were James, like right now, I'd be fucking killing this dude.
Hi, James.
Yeah.
Like I would not wait any longer.
Who was that? I don't know. It just came out.
I also like how he left the barf shirt on.
So he
You know, like, he's in a town full of, like, empty stores and everything. He's had a
Yeah, that's right.
long
He made
time
me
to,
do it.
like,
Okay, calm down.
find a nice coat or something. He's sticking with the
I mean, I
barf
know
shirt,
why.
though.
He would do that. I don't know.
I know what this is.
Came out of
Right.
nowhere. Tried sneaking up on me in the dark.
Yeah, totally.
I heard footsteps,
He just
so I turned back.
he
and
has
was
those
right
just
there.
dead eyes.
I
Like,
know, right?
ugh.
Well, and that's kind of the great thing about this game. The graphics engine is so good. Like, James is a very convincing
The way he
character
looked at
model.
me,
Um,
I just had to
so,
do
like,
it.
clearly they have like the technology to
Keep looking.
do pretty convincing eyes. I mean,
I thought you said he can't.
you know, you can definitely tell you're not looking at a real human being, but it's
Yeah.
really well done. But Eddie, they like
it in his eyes.
deliberately make the eyes uncanny.
Yeah.
His eyes.
He kept looking at me,
Speaking of eyes,
making fun of me.
He also doesn't blink very
I
much,
told
I'm now
him not
noticing.
to, but
interesting.
he didn't listen.
Eddie, you can't.
I don't feel like I should have to explain to a 30-year-old man that that's not why you shoot somebody.
Right? Yeah. No. Clearly, he's not going to be like, oh, you know what? I really got to reflect on this. This
Yeah,
is,
right.
Now all he's seeing is, wow, this makes me powerful.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, it's.
You should see
I know
his
this
face.
game came out, you know, 2 decades before MAGA was really a thing in our country, but like it's kind of a perfect,
Dead when I got
you know,
here.
like life has passed me by, but I can feel powerful by hurting other people.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
Well,
that's just
anyway.
kind of
And
the
it's
whole
like, and
shtick.
you have some people like my coworker who I used to work with, Eddie, just a little while ago.
Wait,
they're
his
like-
name is
and-
Eddie?
Yeah,
You've got to be shitting me.
and he'll admit it. And he was just like, dude, holding that gun, bam, you just felt so powerful. It's just like, yeah.
You know, wait, you don't work with this person anymore?
No, he.
Oh,
no.
good. I was gonna say because this game would probably make you react in self-defense the next time
Yeah.
you saw them. Yeah, definite MAGA vibes there, Sparks.
A little bit.
Also, if you look at the hair, his victims are starting to congeal and look more and more like James. Have you noticed
Oh,
that?
interesting.
Yeah. They never outright say it in this game, but there's like a really convincing. You should look it up on YouTube sometime if you want to go down like a rabbit hole. There's
I
like
wouldn't
oh, what's it called? Like a cyclical time a time loop.
Yeah.
Theory for this game, and it's like I said, really convincing.
You were telling me about it because because of like what a lot of the human corpses they're wearing.
Yeah,
Looks
they all
like
look like James.
James.
Yeah, so they're like failed.
Definitely didn't
Jameses.
notice that.
All right, so the whole goal of the prison is
Excuse
get
me.
this damn rifle.
Sweet.
We're gonna get the damn rifle. This part, like I said, it's not bad. Like it's a creative. I guess we could call it a dungeon, or a level.
Yeah.
But it overstays its for me. It definitely overstayed its welcome. Like not quite as monotonous and droll as the street section, but from the street to the end of this is definitely like my least favorite arc
Gotcha.
of the game. And you know, the worst part of this game is still pretty damn good.
What wow, I really have something stuck in my lungs.
You know, ever since I had that flu, I still have like, you know, just gunk in my throat. Like I'm not coughing or really congested anymore, but I definitely like have to clear my throat like 6 times a day.
Yeah. I'm gonna force myself to cough real quick. Hold on.
Do it. Go ahead.
Okay, I think that mildly helped. Ugh.
Max just keels over on you.
I see like the
Oh,
oh
got a boy.
jeez.
Where is he? Oh shit! I did not
Like
see
I
you.
saw a little bit of the spew go on the page, so it's like, oh, okay.
I did not see him at all. Wow. All right. Well, we're fine. Like I didn't even see him enter. That was weird.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna look this up because I kind of wanted to buy it way back when, and I didn't, and I'm hoping I still have a chance. But do you remember that physical edition Clock Tower Super Nintendo game
Yes.
on
Oh my
Limited Run
gosh,
Games?
that is so cool. The first time
And
it's ever been legitimately available in the States.
Yeah, crazy. And they're like
So here's one of the
putting-
things I hate.
Oh,
Those
fuck.
fuckers. They're just gonna hang out this whole damn time. And then, like, the lights that I turned on, they go off in, like, 20 seconds. So you're constantly having to turn them on just to be able to see what's attacking you.
Is he to your left or behind?
No,
you
they aren't sticking around for right now, but they'll be back. Oh, shit.
now? It's like I thought there
But
was something
this
to your
guy
left.
is... Damn. What hit me there? Is there another one? Anyway,
For
yeah.
a second, I thought there was another one to your, or kind of straight ahead and to your right, but I don't hear
You're
them
probably
anymore.
right. They're like everywhere, and like it's really disorienting because of how dark it is. You can't tell what cells you've been in and which ones you haven't.
Both times I heard these things, it was just the sound.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing
But-
too. Like I have the sound lowered on my end, so it doesn't feed back into my mic.
I will try to help you out then.
Yeah, I mean, I should just wear headphones, but I'm lazy. And like when
Yeah,
I'm
the headphones for a
actively
game like
playing
this.
when I'm actively playing a game, like I don't always like headphones because my ears get sweaty.
I get you.
Ah, fuck it.
All right.
We're gonna get a whole bunch of health stuff while we're
So
in here.
why did we come here in the first place? We're not still chasing Laura, are we? And what the hell is
you know,
that
it's kind
down
of
there?
unclear at this point in the game. Like, you kind of lose your sense of motivations. Like James is just going.
Wandering.
Yeah, honestly,
Gotcha.
and intentionally so. Like, yes, you're still looking for your wife. Yes, you're still trying to help the girl, but it really is just, you know, the town or whatever it is
Just
at this
drawing
point.
him in more.
Sucking him in. Yeah, he's
Gotcha,
like a part
gotcha.
of it now.
You're supposed to be able to read that? It's so bright.
There we go. This cell's
Oh,
gonna be
there we
cleaned
go,
up by
okay.
Tuesday. Make sure the cons do it. Filthy cons. Filthy
I just saw a
jail
post on Reddit
dudes.
today talking about inmate firefighters that they'll have them. California, at least, definitely will employ them as like volunteer fire, not volunteer, I guess, but
Yeah, I was gonna say voluntold.
slave wage firefighters. And they get paid like more than most prisoners would, but it's like $4 or $5 a day. And it's just like, damn, for a job that dangerous, like actually like wildfires and stuff.
I mean, I imagine like it's mostly to buy like prison cantina items, right?
Yeah. Prison cigs.
Yeah, right.
That'd be funny if they like officially sold those.
Yeah, just prison cigarettes. You know, they're already in jail. Let them fucking smoke.
Let them smoke. You know,
Let 'em
I get it.
smoke.
What did I see the other day that was I forget what state it was in, but it was giving inmates cats if they like were on good behavior and
Mhm.
you know kept it up, and you know even people who were like out like checking in with a parole officer and everything, but
Right.
even like inmates who were in the prisons, like they would give them cats, and
Yeah.
it was apparently pretty successful.
Yeah. And you know what's kind of funny? Well, not funny, very sad, as a matter of fact. You and I are having this conversation, and it's a conversation that should be had. Like, what can we actually do to help rehabilitate prisoners? Because that should be the goal, right?
Yeah.
But, like, have you ever seen, like, on Reddit or whatever, just, like, pictures of, like, a Swedish prison or something?
Oh,
And it's,
yeah.
like, a actual livable space with, like, a pantry and a, you know, a
Yeah.
bathroom and, you know, like, it's a cell, like you're confined, but it's like an actual livable space.
And you're always gonna have people losing their shit, being like, "Oh, this is what's wrong with Europe."
Yeah,
Like-
this is why Europe has lower crime rates, less gun violence,
They
higher
need to be fucking. They need to
turnaround in
suffer.
prisons where they don't come back. To prison.
Seriously.
Like, yeah,
And
I
it's
mean,
just
'cause
like
it
you're just
fucking
gonna have
works when
people
you
living here
actually-
who, you know, rather than be on the streets, it's like they don't really have a homeless problem either.
Right, and again, it's kind of like medication or medicine in general in this country. Anytime you make something for profit, the goal is never cure. It's always, you know, treat.
Maximize
right?
profit.
Right, like, yeah, exactly. Maximize profit by getting them back in prison as quickly as possible. So, yeah, you turn them loose, you punish them a little bit, you turn them loose again. I mean, repeat
Yeah.
offenders are successful offenders, right?
Yeah.
It's,
And that's been some shit because the prison system never used to be for profit, and now it is increasingly for profit, like to the point where, I mean, you fucking have judges who like are like have stock in this shit where they're going to be making money for sending more people to prison.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like how is this not the biggest conflict of interest? I mean, it obviously is, but how are people not like just losing their shit over this? But yeah, it's of course not going to be to maximize profit. It won't be what's best for people or
Yeah.
livable. You got places like that one. Is it a tent prison? Something. There's a prison in like southern Texas that they purposely don't have AC and stuff, and they just
Oh God,
it's
in
as hot as
Texas?
possible. Yeah, and
I
they
mean,
wear like
figures in
pink
the state that
jumpers.
just reelected Ted Cruz again. I mean,
Of course, they wear pink jumpers to like humiliate them,
Oh,
and
come
it's just
on.
like, and of course, like the sheriff or whoever runs the prison is just like this stereotyped hard ass, and it's just like, this is how I treat my prisoners.
Yeah,
This is how
right.
it should be. It's like, okay, yeah, of course it's Texas, yeah.
okay, we're in the snake zone, snake world now.
Snake.
Do 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 do.
That's one thing with
Sorry, go on.
Okay. I was like, why are you singing Mega Man?
Snake Man. Snake Me.
When you could leave messages in Elden Ring, every like by ladders, they would always say like Snake.
Snake. So yeah, definitely when you hear a monster like off camera, let me know, because those ones that climb the walls, you never see them. Like they're always just out of sight, and then they
Gotcha.
they spring on you, and it's really annoying.
Okay, I
It's not
definitely
even
hear
scary.
some weird
It's
breathing.
like a genuine nuisance.
There's some weird breathing in this room, but oh, maybe it's just through there.
I think that's just James. Yeah, those guys right there.
There,
They suck.
Mhm.
And they always want to fight you.
They always weird.
Got him.
Man, just limply.
Now, see, usually you don't get like a
I still
view
hear
of-
another
like
one
that
to your
was just the
left.
introduction one. So usually they don't give you a nice view of them like that.
To your right. Oh, okay. I still hear one somewhere.
Yeah, there's more.
But I don't know if it's. I don't
Like I
know
said,
how close it is.
I'm definitely at the
there we
point in
go.
this game where like I'm not afraid of getting jumped by the creatures in the dark anymore, but I'm still quite annoyed by it.
Did you ever play Nightmare Creatures back in the day, or Nightmare Creatures 2? This was like Dreamcast era.
Nightmare Creatures. I don't remember that one.
Okay, it was actually a pretty scary game. Nightmare Creatures 2 changed the kind of the tone of it, where you yourself were some kind of creature, like,
Oh, really?
but it was like hard rock, kill these things. And the first one, you like played as, I think you could like choose between like a priest or some sorceress or something, I don't know, but the original Nightmare Creatures game, there was a Nintendo 64 version.
Got him.
And
Clear.
it was kind of a scary game, but it was like an action game first and foremost. Okay, to your left, yeah.
Yep.
Weird. What the? Come on.
See what I mean? They do live to annoy. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I don't know. Just like check out a YouTube. Maybe I'll send you a YouTube later. But I just remembered, like, I haven't even seen
What
that
the
game.
fuck?
Okay, I did not hear anything on that one.
See, they
Just-
just get you.
He just materialized.
Sometimes they do.
But I need to make sure I didn't like invent that game. I know. Wow, he just like stood up with what? Okay,
There he goes.
he's gimping. Gimps be gimping.
Gimping ain't easy.
Yeah, I know I didn't like make it up, but I haven't thought of that series in like a very long time. And
Oh,
you said
really?
something about creatures, and I was like, Nightmare Creatures. That was a game.
I think I vaguely remember. I might have even played it at some point, actually, now that you mention it, because the name sounds really familiar. Like, did it have, like, kind of a Resident Evil title splash where it was like, Nightmare Creatures? Or
I
something?
think so. I distinctly remember the box art for the first one. I can't remember the box art of the second one, actually, but yeah, I'm gonna find like the N64 box art.
Uh-huh.
Let's see, because I it's in my head right now, like easy peasy. And I remember, I don't know if this was like a glitch in the Dreamcast version, or if just the second game had this for some reason. I swear to you, this is a real thing. Is in the second game, if you held the Y button, there was no animation or anything. You would just start gaining your health back.
Oh, really?
It was yeah, here we go. This is the game. I'm gonna send this over. Oh, someone made a post on Reddit 4 months ago.
About Nightmare Creatures?
Yeah.
Huh, what are the odds?
Retro gaming. Nightmare Creatures may not be an amazing game, but it definitely nails the atmosphere. That's true.
Okay. Oh, look at
It
this.
was like,
I'm hiding. You can't
I
see
can't
me.
see.
All right. I think we've checked everything we can check.
There you
Then
go.
we like double back, and it's after we solve this up. It's not even a puzzle. It's just get the item. But then, like, this part gets really annoying because like an alarm starts sounding, and it's like constantly blinking red. So it makes everything really freaking hard to see.
Oh, there he
Right
is.
there. Nope, you come back here,
Okay,
you
bye.
you silly Billy.
Can't see me. I'm assuming at some point all the prison cells open.
Yes, you are correct.
And so it's like, did you kill the things in the prison cells? I hope you did.
There she is.
Wow.
I was ready for you. All right. Now. Let's see here. Now, there is a way we can game it a little bit by, like, doubling back in here and starting to shoot some of the enemies that have appeared.
Yeah.
It doesn't save that much, but it's helpful to do.
Might save a
Anytime you can
headache.
kill them before they kill you is always nice. Nightmare Creatures.
Did you ever play Bloody Roar?
Yes,
Fighting
actually.
game?
Where you
I can
transform
remember-
into monsters.
Yes, that
That's
was
cool.
a fun game.
That was just like
But
a
I'm
straight up
just-
fighting game, right?
It was a fighting game, but I just remember the title screen for the first Bloody Roar was Bloody Roar. Like,
Yeah, I know.
Very
Well, they always did that. Like
excited.
they had to take
They were-
advantage of the fact that they were on CDs by having someone announce the title.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. And then they probably got some flack for being like, "Hey, your title splash sounded kind of gay or something." Like,
Right.
because then they overcompensated with Bloody Roar 2, and Bloody Roar 2 was just Bloody Roar 2, what the new breed. And it's like, okay, all right, guys.
Too
Calm
bloody,
down.
too roar.
Too bloody, too roar.
What could go wrong?
Cool.
Like, hey, instant high stress situation. Congratulations.
Oh, I'm getting the. Oh wait, you haven't played Persona 5 Royal, have you?
You know, I've actually played a little bit of it.
Okay.
Just not very much.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot. I think I told you the last time that they definitely make it easier, but there's like new features, and one of them I'm not the craziest about. It's a fusion alarm, and it's just the Velvet Room. Sometimes an alarm will go off, and like when you're just killing enemies, all of a sudden it'll be like, oh, if you go back to the Velvet Room right now, there's a fusion alarm, and it's just
Ring, ring,
basically you can like however you execute the personas, like guillotine, electric chair,
Yeah.
it'll get you like stronger versions of them,
Oh, really?
but then there's like guaranteed to be an accident if you keep doing it,
Oh, God.
and the accident can be a good thing if you like fuse the right personas. Basically, yeah, there's a lot of these guys. Where it'll be like maybe a low level persona, like, oh, I'm gonna create this persona, but it gives you a different one instead. But maybe it has like every nuke move in the game, and then like
Oh, wow.
nuke amp and nuke boost,
Uh-huh.
and it's just like, oh, so I could like take this persona later in the game and make something and carry this crazy move all the way to like the persona I want to or something.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, when it comes to like, if you're kind of a perfectionist or someone who plans ahead,
Yeah.
it fucking sucks because it's like, well, of course
Oh.
I'm gonna take advantage of this, but they keep doing it, and it's just like, god damn it! Now
Right.
I gotta run all the way back to the entrance and go to the Velvet Room, 'cause now this fucking alarm is going off. And it's just like, I thought this game was going to go a little bit easier on like the perfectionist side of things, where, and it does, because it seems like you get more opportunities. Oop, yeah, behind you. More opportunities to like hang out with people and get more points and stuff. But when it comes to fusing personas and stuff, it's really, I'm not relaxing playing this game.
Right.
I'll tell you that.
I thought I got you. There you go.
I'm hoping Metaphor ReFantazio is a little more lax on that. Like, which again, I know you don't have to do all the you don't have to maximize stuff, but Persona is built in such a way where
Persona is like min-max the RPG experience.
It is. And it's just like, at least the 5th one. It's the only one I played much of.
3 is like that too. It's like, hey, make sure you do something cool every day.
Yeah. 3 I barely played, and I didn't even. This was like way
it's
back
so
in
good.
the day.
Like once you get, like I will say, it's as slow as like Persona 5 was to get underway. 3 is somehow even slower, and it's weird because it came out first.
It was. I remember being very bored with it, and I didn't give it much of a chance. So this was like back in the PS2 days.
Well, yeah, I mean, they definitely improve it for reload, but it is still definitely a very slow burn of a game.
Yeah. And
it's certainly not bad. Like, it takes time to introduce like its systems to you, which isn't a bad thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, okay, like, let me do something. Oh.
What is that? Oh, a nurse. Okay. That game takes about as much time as Persona 5, right? Like 120 hours or so.
Yeah, from what I understand.
Or 90 at a minimum.
I'm definitely, like, maybe like a quarter of the way through the game.
Gotcha.
Dumped like 40 hours into it.
Nice. Got a full work week in there.
Yep. But it's
yeah,
good.
we were
like these sound like negatives, but man, it is so fun.
Oh no,
and, like, the characters are good. I definitely I'm still more attached to the cast of Persona 5. So like as I'm playing, it's kind of like, who are you guys trying to be my friends?
Yeah. What do you call it? Obviously, I played Persona 5 because 1, you bought it for me.
Yep.
But 2,
did I get that one for you?
You did.
I did. I'm a good friend.
And you also hyped it up so much.
Yeah, that sounds like
I didn't even realize that I'd played a Persona up to that point. It's just like, I've never played any of these games. I never played Shin Megami Tensei.
What the hell is a Shin Megami Tensei?
But I think it was actually the Persona part that I was like, I've never played Persona, but I knew I'd played like a Shin Megami Tensei game before.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was obviously a lot of fun, and I feel like you do get into it pretty, like, maybe it's also the graphic style.
Yeah, like that's
like more FF8 style, and all the other games before it, at least Persona 3 was more like FF7 chibi, not like realistic proportion style.
Right.
That shouldn't make a difference, but yeah, well, I don't know.
And one of the weird things is I've given 1 or 2 Shin Megami Tensei games a try. Wow, that was like that sounded like a Republican trying to order from a Mexican restaurant, didn't it? Can I get a quesadilla and a fajita? Put the hot sauce on the tide. I don't need the walking shits.
You've played one of those games before?
I've tried, and I can never get into them because, like, to me, they're like, what makes the Persona games so great is like their sense of style.
That's true, yeah.
Like visual, audio, like it really, like, it just oozes personality
and
Persona.
Color, and yeah. They definitely, for sure.
And like, I feel like the just like the regular Shin Megami Tensei games don't. Like, they're very dry to me.
I feel like the Persona games, especially because they focus on high schoolers and stuff, they're lighter, and they're like, if Persona was like Demon Slayer, the anime or something, Shin Megami Tensei is like Devilman.
Yeah, like Persona,
where it's just like the world
Shin Megami itself almost feels kind of like surrealist, whereas the Persona games are more just like, in your face, like you said, they're lighter. I mean, they still deal with some pretty dark themes, but they are lighter for sure.
Yeah. I feel like the first 3 games especially were maybe a little heavier. And this is just from what I've read and everything. I again barely played any of 3, and I've never played 1, 2, or 4, and you got me 4, so I need to play it at some point.
Fuck you think you're going, boy.
But yeah,
sorry,
they
go on.
definitely, just from looking at the stories, it seems like the Shin Megami Tensei games are a bit more like usually have to do with the apocalypse or something, or
Yeah, like, so
like you
something
said, they are.
is like horribly wrong with society. Let's send in the teenagers to fix it.
Mhm.
Which, you know, America could learn something from that. But
Oh, and I was told, because I know I said one of the other times, I was like, wasn't the PSP remake of Persona 3 like the visual novel for? And
yeah,
you're
there
right,
was a
it's
visual
not.
novel version of Persona 3. Actually,
Oh,
you're
is
right.
there? Okay.
It was like
'Cause
I
I
forget
was
what it was
thinking-
called. It was still Persona 3, but it wasn't like If or something, but it was
Oh, is
kind
that
of a nebulous
FES?
title like that.
Persona 3 FES, or is that the DLC?
Yeah, FES. Yep.
Okay. Okay, because I was thinking, oh, maybe I was wrong, and it was the Persona 1 and 2, and then the other 2 remakes on the PSP, which is like, to get into those games, I might try those out. And I know those also do like visual novel for the just walking around town and stuff, which I was like, oh, that's kind of lazy. But then I've actually seen gameplay of Persona 1 and 2, and they might as well do that, because you don't really have like when you're inside of a place like the school or something like that. Yes, you are a character walking around, but when you're like outside in town, you're just like, all of a sudden it's like Clock Tower on the PS1, where, and you're just like beep boop boop. Oh, okay, let's go here. Boop boop boop. So yeah, actually having it visual novel style sounds better. So
Yeah, in a weird way, like I can see like if you're not super big into like huge RPGs with, you know, bottomless gameplay and a ton of stuff to do, like just experiencing the story through a visual novel could be pretty appealing.
Yeah, I think so. Especially like the social aspects of it.
Yeah,
I'd be down for that.
like still
Did,
getting to
DL
decide a whole bunch of stuff and like make friends and yeah, like the kind of neat aspects of Persona, which are basically already a visual novel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm at a point in Persona 5 where I'm able to relax a lot more because I unlocked the fortune teller. And I'm like, okay, at this point I could just go, I have infinite money. So I'm just going to go to her every day and be like, yeah, deepen my relationship with this person.
Oh, hello, you.
Because I never want to actually spend time with them if I'm not leveling someone up.
Yeah.
I feel like, what a waste of
Good
time.
lord. Why, you monkey? Oh my god.
Nope.
Oh my.
Oh no, now there's a buddy.
There's a buddy.
There's a buddy somewhere. Behind you? Yes, behind.
Oh, good lord. There's
Two
several of them.
buddies? Oh, so this is, I'm going to look up because the Game Awards are coming up. And I was hearing on a podcast today, like, the nominees for different things. And Silent Hill 2 got, like, nominated for, like, 2 things or something. But one of them, they only have, like, 5 nominees in each category. And a couple categories where they're really stacked, like, I just want to be your friend.
Right.
Couple categories where they're stacked, like RPG of the year, they might give 6 nominees. But soundtrack of the year, I think it was 5 nominees, and one of them was Silent Hill 2. And I don't
Soundtrack?
agree with that. Yeah.
You know,
Not
Not
sound
sound
design,
design,
but
but soundtrack.
soundtrack. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up just to make sure, but it's just like, I
this
don't know
game
if
has
there's
like
any
3
memorable
music tracks for the entire experience.
seriously, and it's just like I'm not knocking the
No,
music
it's
in this
good.
game.
It's well designed,
It's-
but
it does what it needs to do. It's functional. You know what I mean? Like it gives the atmosphere.
yeah, right.
I'm gonna look this up.
But like,
'Cause
it's not like,
just
this game's like got a whole bunch of bangers, you know.
No,
This is
nothing
not
that I
what
can
it's about.
remember. Like,
And it shouldn't.
yeah, exactly. So let's see here. We're gonna start at the bottom. Blah blah blah. Most of the stuff is like best esports. It's like whatever. I don't care. Anticipated game, whatever.
Okay, while you're looking that up, this is a real
Yeah.
deep dive, but do you remember for a while they were saying they were going to do Silent Hill on the Game Boy Advance? And I think
No.
it was eventually canceled, but I think it, like, the way they were going to make that work, it was essentially going to be a visual novel with a few, like, video cutscenes interspersed throughout it.
Wait.
I could
Oh,
be-
Game Boy Advance. Never mind. Okay, I was like, wait, mobile? Because they just did that, but no. I don't remember this for the Game Boy Advance.
I hear one. I just don't know where the
Oh,
fuck it is.
Let's see. To your left. And to your right.
Everywhere, Chris.
Although that one was to your left.
Yeah, I was kind of right. Well, that was useless. Got more? More? Come on, give me more.
Oh. No, he's
Where?
dead.
Don't freak me out,
Okay.
Max.
Best debut indie,
Again,
best
like-
independent.
This was kind of the first part of the game where it's like, okay, it starts out, yes, I'm scared. And then I'm immediately not scared. I'm just really freaking annoyed. Because there's like 50 of them, and every room is like this, where, like, you know, you walk in and you, for 1/2 of a second, forget to look, and boom, there they are.
Okay, yeah. So best audio design, cool. And it is nominated for that as well. But right above it, best score and music. And one of them is Silent Hill 2. It's like,
It
what are
just
you
doesn't
talking
have
about?
a whole lot of music.
It doesn't
though.
have music. I mean, it has a couple tracks, but
Yeah.
most of the quote unquote music is like atmospheric stuff.
Noise, right?
You know?
Yeah,
Noise.
like,
And it's just like, again, it's good for the game. Like, I
Uh-huh.
think it's freaky as hell, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah.
But weird. But
It
the
is
other
weird.
the other thing for score and music is Astrobot, which one of these days I want to play that game. Final
Yeah,
Fantasy
you know,
VII
I didn't even know what
Rebirth.
that was. I thought it was like another tech demo for like the PSVR
Oh, yeah?
2 or something, but no, it's like
Apparently
a,
it's
like
Mario
a Mario
Galaxy.
style game. It's supposed to be really good.
Apparently, yeah. And just like the trailers I've seen of it, it's just like, this game looks fucking awesome. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor ReFantasio, Silent Hill 2 for whatever reason, and then Stellar Blade for best score, which I have no
Stellar
idea.
Blade is a game that I keep hearing good things about, but like I also constantly forget that it exists.
Yeah. It kind of just came and went. You know, I feel like there was.
I mean, it's an action game, right?
Yeah, it's definitely the action game, and then basically a whole bunch of people on the internet were like, "Why are they giving her more clothes and covering her up?" Because
Oh,
it's
for
like
God's sake.
the main
It's a
character
video
is
game,
definitely
you
like
dweeb.
sex appeal.
Right. Well, you know, I don't know. I hate to say this because it discourages developers from making those kind of games, and I don't want to discourage them, but I have a hard time like paying $60 or $70 for an action game these days, unless it's like this and it's, you know, a 20+ hour experience.
I was about to say most action games they're going to be in the 8 to 12 hour range.
Yeah, and
And
they're
it's
like,
like-
I really feel like I mean, you should put everything that you have into it. You should make a good game.
Hmm.
But like, I don't know. I just feel like if it's less than like, if you're approaching the $10 an hour mark for your game, like maybe make it a $40 or $50 game.
Yeah, and that's what I'm liking is they're not trying to make everything $70. Like Astrobot, we were just talking about. I think it's $50. Like
Oh,
it
really?
came out as $50, but I have to see. Maybe it's 60, but it's not
You
70.
Fuck. You deserve to get stuck in that wall.
I was about to say, like, was he glitching or was he just being freaky?
I think it was going for creepy, but then he went too far. There we go.
Well, best narrative. Obviously, FF7 Rebirth is on there, but I think Like a
Oh.
Dragon, it's only nominated once, and it's best narrative.
I would give FF7 Rebirth maybe best world, best gameplay, best I mean, even though it's still Unreal 4, really, really good graphics.
Yeah. But
I
I
don't
know
know about
every time
best
we talk
narrative.
about the story, you hint that maybe it's not the best. So I really got to play this game.
Oh God, I thought I had that conversation with you. I was talking to Nick about that game. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
want you
that's
to
okay.
like. So most of the narrative is really good. It is.
I'm still not spoiled on it, but I feel like I have my suspicions, and I'm starting to wonder more and more. Oh, is this
Okay,
right?
I'm gonna shut up completely.
No,
Sorry.
no. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
I do not want to. That's a game I definitely don't want to ruin for you. It's really good. It's well worth playing. Like I had a phenomenal time with it. I really did. It was. I also consider it way like superior to remake. Just because of like how much more there is, and like just the sheer amount of loving detail that went into making the world of Rebirth is honestly astounding. It's maybe the most ambitious game I've played, period. Like it's because again, like back on the PS1 days when we saw it's like, oh wow, it's a Final Fantasy world, and it's...
Are they alive?
I mean...
Yep.
Not for long. If he won't make the first move, I will. There we go. Like, again, just back on the PS1 when we first saw Final Fantasy VII, it was like, holy crap, it's a world map, just like in FF4 and 6 and everything, and but it's in full 3D. How is this even possible? And it's like, can you imagine if like they tried to make this to the scale of a real world? Yeah, maybe one day we'll see something. Like, then they fucking did it. Like, they
the
really
fact that
went
they
ahead
actually
and did it. Like, they made it that freaking big.
They haven't been doing that for so long. FF12 pretty much did something like that, but like, and then 15 was a big world, but it was empty. It was, and that's why they give you a car, like to just drive through it.
Yeah, 15 was big and beautiful, but you're right. Boy, was that one empty.
And then the towns in 7, just from what I've seen, it really seems
oh my
like
gosh. So like
these things that they put in the PlayStation 1 era that were just brought to life. Like,
that's the one thing that I think I love about that game more than anything else. Was, you know, with 15 and then 6, as much as I love 16, the towns were weak.
Yeah, for sure.
And it almost kind of started to feel like maybe Square just forgot how to do this.
Mm-hmm.
But then Rebirth comes along, and, you know, all they really had to do was just make what we already knew from the original game and put it in high resolution, and that would have been enough. But no, not only did they do that, like in a familiar way, like where, you know, like if you played the original, you could definitely make your way around the town. But like they actually added on to everything. Like they tried to not only
to your right, there's something.
Yeah, there's a nurse. I saw her. There she is.
Oh, okay.
Not only did they do that justice, but they went ahead and like tried to imagine, like, what if every single one of these towns was like a real lived-in city, like a place that you would want to just stop your quest here and just live in this zone, you know?
Yeah.
And so they're all huge. They all have a million things to do, and it was just so well executed. Like, Cosmo Canyon in particular was one of my favorite locations in the original FF7. Like, when I got there, like, I just stopped for like an hour and a half, and like I let go of the run button and I just walked around and toured it, because one, like what they did with Cosmo Canyon, which was kind of neat, was they reimagined it as like a historical, almost like religious significance, like location in the real world. But then like so like picture like you go to the Vatican. But when you get to the Vatican, there's like all these hipsters and tourists, and they're all, you know, like giving their take on it. Like that's what they did with Cosmo Canyon. I thought, wow, what a really realistic but kind of cool detail for like this place that is so steeped in significance, to be just like taken over by tourists and hipsters and like kind of have that vibe to it. So it's like a vacation destination.
Yeah.
I thought that was really like creative, like
stuff. Yeah.
Because like, what would be the
add
practical purpose of this place in the real world? Well, it would be to, you know, get people to come and like reconnect with nature and go to spas and stuff like that. And that's exactly what they did.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It was.
And I have
cool.
to imagine,
like, I was
like,
shocked.
seeing these games and like staying on the credit screen for like 20 minutes because there's so many people working on them.
Yeah.
Like, I have to imagine that, you know, back in the day, of course, they had big teams of people developing and making these areas. But I have to think these days there's like people dedicated just to, okay, what's the culture of this town?
Yeah.
And what's going on?
And that's what they
like,
did. They gave each location not just a unique visual identity like in the original, but like real culture and background. And it was really,
because you say lived in, and it's just like, that's not the easiest thing to do.
No,
you know,
they
in a
all
game.
feel like super lived in real spaces.
Sorry, I'm just sniffing my menthol here. These little
God.
boom nasal sticks. They're great.
You ever just stop to enjoy the smell of Sharpie?
God, why? Why, James? At this point, you're enjoying it. I know it.
And
but
into the gross hole.
Yeah, I'm really excited to play the game, mostly for that. Honestly, is just, especially having played the original, like just seeing, okay, where did their vision go for this? Like,
yeah,
you know, how did they realize it? And that's probably my favorite part of Resident Evil 2, honestly.
right.
Is like, yeah, the remake.
Ow.
It's like a great game for sure.
Into the maggot drawer.
But then just seeing what they did with the police station is like just really, really cool.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that you could recognize it without having played this version of the game is really remarkable. But anyway,
fuck.
what was I thinking about FF7?
Oh fuck.
Well, either way, one of these days, hopefully it comes out.
Sorry, I
on
got
PC
disoriented here for a second. Go on.
No worries. I've been disoriented since we've gotten here, dude. Like, this is not a colorful game.
Nope.
You know, so I get lost very easily.
Okay, we're good. Go on.
Oh, so game of the year, actually, I got the list here, and it's 6 games, and they have Astrobot, and here's one that's like, oh, what the hell, Balatro, which I don't know if you've heard of that game.
Cilantro?
Cilantro, Balatro with a B.
Balatra. Nope.
It's basically a what the hell's Hades?
Fuck.
Roguelike. But you're not a person chopping people up or anything like that. You're just playing poker.
Oh, okay.
But the farther you go, the better you have to do. Like, the more each hand actually gives you points. Like, a 3 of a kind is not as many points as like a straight, is not as many points as like this flush, blah blah blah. And it's not, they don't change the rules of poker, but eventually you're unlocking abilities, and some of the abilities are like, hey, I'm gonna change this card of mine in my deck to be a diamond instead of a spade. And you can start building strategies like any good roguelike, where it's like, you know what, I'm gonna build a strategy where I'm mostly doing flushes. I'm gonna try to make most of my deck diamonds, and now I can hold 7 cards at once, so I could actually get a 5 of a kind really easily, or easier. And you have like Joker cards that like have different effects and stuff. So it is poker at its heart, but it can be changed to be like, I don't know, Poker 2. It's the best way to put it.
Poker 2.
This is the sequel to Poker, basically.
Poker Gold and Silver.
And that's the game. And that's it. And it's really simple, but it just goes so fast, and it's very visually satisfying and stuff. It's kind of addicting, you know? I'm kind of surprised I haven't bought it yet. But yeah, so... And now here it is like nominated for Game of the Year. It's like, oh, you go.
Game of the Year,
cool.
wow.
So, and I think it came out like in February or something. Like it's been around for sure.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so we got Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, that's not a surprise. Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. And I guess this
it
is
got
where,
some DLC this year.
yeah, Elden Ring got some DLC. And I think this is where a lot of like discussion is happening online today. Is people are being like, wait, what DLC? That can't be Game of the Year. Which I don't know, maybe
if it's like The Witcher 3 and its DLC
was
is
about to
30
say.
hours long, yeah,
I mean, frickin' it wasn't nominated for Game of the Year, but Phantom Liberty, like stuff
man,
like that.
Phantom Liberty.
I
like
think
just
if
when
you,
I thought CD Projekt Red had done their best
like,
work.
yeah. And you and I talked to, and you've said this, Chris, plenty of times. Like, if they sold this as its own game, it would be okay. Like, and I definitely fall on the side of if it's something like Blood and Wine, if it's like Phantom Liberty, they put the work in, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and if you could sell it as its own game, even if it was $30 or something, yeah, nominated for Game of the Year, whatever. Like,
Right?
it still has to go against other fantastic games.
Yeah.
I
absolutely.
definitely don't think it should be out of the running, you know, just
No.
because it's DLC for a game that was
And
nominated
honestly,
in 2022.
My thought is if they actually nominate experiences like that as standalone games, it will encourage more developers to do DLC that we actually want instead
Seriously.
of like cosmetic and item packs.
And maybe this is a way for them to recoup their losses, like, because games are so expensive to make apparently these days.
Right. Yeah.
Even fucking FF7, we were just talking about that, and God, I don't know how
one
much
of the-
money they
One
spent.
of the biggest games ever made, and also one of the most expensive ever made. Like, so much so that even though it was a huge success, like, it wasn't a financial success.
And it's like they still made a profit, but Square Enix these days, they're just going too big, I
They
feel like,
are,
which is
yeah.
like, I love that
Which
they
is why
did.
I'm so glad to see Dragon Quest III out. And I hope it does
I
really
hope it-
well.
Yeah, me too.
To encourage them to, like, you know, keep doing the giant games, but do some more smaller scale stuff too.
Yeah.
Or like keep giving us like an annual HD 2D re-release, you know, like
Seriously.
don't start like cranking them out so that the quality diminishes, but like if you know they did like a couple more Dragon Quest games and started redoing the Final Fantasies in HD 2D, like honestly, even with the pixel remasters, I would buy those in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, so would I. Are you kidding me? Like a
Like
new way to
seeing what they
experience
did
this?
with Dragon Quest 3, because I mean this was really I take that back. It was Live Alive that was the first like remake done in the HD 2D style. But seeing that in Dragon Quest 3 and like the way that they reimagine these worlds, I like even if it were just FF6, I would lose my shit.
Oh yeah.
Seeing like those worlds developed in that style, because
Chrono Trigger
like,
would be nuts.
when you see like I've played through the 16-bit version of Dragon Quest 3 and I really enjoyed it and I thought it was a great game. But you
Was
know,
that on
like
DS?
it was very clearly an NES game where like
Yeah.
all of the towns kind of looked the same. They were all flat horizontal plains with like no extra buildings. There was an inn, a weapon shop, and a save point in every town, and that's all you got.
Yeah.
But the way that they redid them in the HD 2D remake,
I did not play Threads of Fate, Sparks.
I actually did play Threads of Fate on the PS1. I that was a rental for me, and it was really good.
Nice.
But it was so like you get into the towns and like they still have these familiar buildings there, and the layout is very similar to the NES SNES version. But
Yeah.
everything is so detailed, and they like tripled the size of the environments, and not just like to make
Okay.
it bigger, like aesthetically. Like there's more to discover. There's hidden items
There's an enemy
everywhere,
close by.
and like you're constantly being rewarded for. What the fuck? What hit me? Bug.
Yep.
Son of a bitch. You're constantly being rewarded for exploring in this one.
Okay, that's awesome.
And so, like, again, the jump scare in here, I think. Like, one of the few jump scares that actually got me.
Oh,
Or maybe it's in the other bathroom.
I hear something.
Oh, maybe it's
maybe
because
not.
I have the sound off, or the sound minimized on mine. Anyway.
Oh, but Sparks, you were saying earlier, you're glad to hear, good things about Rebirth. Have you played it? I don't remember if you have a PS5 or not. But yeah, you were saying, sorry. They were more
Threads of
exploring
Fate
these
and
bigger.
I don't know if that game made it was really good. I liked it, but I don't know if it made as big of a splash as a lot of other like 90s, early 2000s Squaresoft projects. Sparks doesn't have a PS5. Okay, so you're waiting for it to come out on PC.
Yeah, me too.
And honestly, like the PS5 Pro just came out, and like in a normal console generation, like I would be wrestling with the thought of, okay, do I want to really blow my money on a mid-level or mid-generation upgrade? I'm not even considering it. Like,
Yeah,
the PS5
pretty happy with the
has
base
been-
PS5.
The PS5 as a system is really cool, but it's just been such a slow generation console-wise. Like, we've had some banger games, but most of them have been either PS4 compatible, like you could play a minimal graphic version on PS4, but still get the full experience, or you could play it on PC and have a wildly superior version to the console.
Oh, good thing it's Sparks.
And so that's kind of like if PCs are this powerful, and don't get me wrong, I think for the most part, like, console exclusives should be done with.
Oh,
Another one?
behind you?
Yeah? Hello? Hello, nurse?
I heard squeaking.
Nurse? Oh, no, she was just getting back up.
Oh, okay.
There she goes.
Jeez.
What a horrible profession. Sorry, Max.
Yeah, sometimes you feel like The Walking Dead. But,
Yeah, all right. But
yeah,
so
you were
like,
saying console exclusives should be done
yeah,
with.
like the PS4, like, blew me away, and like it was like
I was just
banger
gonna
release
say,
after banger release, and like
I was thinking that's a big reason why the PS5 generation feels maybe slower. Is we're 4 years in, and 4 years into the PS4, you had almost twice as many bangers. I feel like,
yeah,
and a lot of
well,
them
not
being
only
first
that,
party
though,
exclusive.
But there's like really no. Even like the bangers for the PS5, they're eventually coming out on PC. And
Yeah, that's
and
true.
I'm not complaining about that. I think that's great that Sony's finally doing that.
Yeah,
But it also kind of begs the question, like, what really is the point of consoles anymore? Like, when the future is like games as a service, like Xbox Live and PlayStation Live, like, why not just own a mid-range like PC, which you also use for your work and daily living,
yeah,
but can also crank out respectable graphics.
Yeah.
Or if like you're a real enthusiast, then do a really high-end PC,
And that's the
and
thing
be like
is-
ahead of the curve.
I feel like things. Consoles will probably always have their place. I mean, maybe I shouldn't say always. But
I
the
think
thing
like
is like when you're
consoles
developing,
like the Steam Deck will always have their place, but I think if Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo are going to stay competitive, that's what they've got to do. They've got to release the Sony brand dockable portable PC.
I agree, and I think they all will eventually. Like, I think that's where, and Xbox has even said, like
it's got to be
within the last
Valve
week.
and Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo and maybe like Asus or one or two like other really strong competitors to like keep the price manageable.
And we haven't heard anything about the Switch 2, but I think, unlike what Nintendo typically does, where they go a completely different direction, I think this is going to be the first time in a very long time they're going to stick closely to what they did with the Switch. I think.
Yes, I think the Switch was so successful that they
can't ignore that.
Behooven not to repeat it for a second generation. Like, only I hope that they take a much more firm differentiating position than they did on the Wii U. Like, to the point where the Wii U almost felt just like like a add-on
an
to
add-on
the Wii.
or something. Yeah,
like that was hard.
It's tough because you don't want it to change that much because the Switch is so good, but at the same time, you want it to be differentiated where people know that it's a different system.
And you know, I'd like to see them learn a little bit from their competition, which, let's face it, more than anything is the Steam Deck.
Yeah, I would say so.
Like, I'd like to see, like, a, you know, Nintendo subscription service where, like, you know, you pay $10, $12 a month, and you get access to, like, a lot of good Nintendo IPs similar to Xbox Live, or something like that.
Yeah,
maybe not,
and
like,
it goes up to like
brand
GameCube
new releases,
and stuff.
but some really solid releases that, you know, maybe you don't mind waiting 6 months and you don't want to buy it new or something like that. But that would be
and how many
amazing.
games, third-party games, are locked on old Nintendo systems?
Yep,
like
absolutely.
that are not. Do you think the last story for the Wii is gonna be re-released on anything? Like, no. Like,
right.
So yeah, a service would be great for. Hey, do you remember this game that you could only play on this old system? Well, here it is.
Yep.
Like, why wouldn't they do that?
You know, I didn't mind the Nintendo Switch's version of the retro systems. If for nothing else, then they did something really cool, which was that they finally let you play them online with friends.
Yes.
Which was really cool, like, to do for SNES games. That was awesome.
It's a very under-touted feature. Like,
but the fact that
they don't talk about it,
left out a bunch of the library, and, like, you know, the games that you purchased on the Wii and Wii U were just gone unless you keep those games plugged, or you keep those systems plugged in. I thought that was kind of shitty.
And I think this is the generation now where
I would have liked the option.
The
to buy
library
them
is
a la
not
carte.
going to go away.
No.
I don't think the library between the Switch and Switch 2 is going to be different. And that'll be the first time that they ever kept that consistent.
Right.
Unlike, I think PS4 was the first time, and Xbox One was the first time. Although Xbox, their strategy is basically, hey, if you buy any used Xbox or 360 or One game, it'll just work and be the best version it is. But
right.
Yeah, their strategy is, I respect it for sure. You know, as far as just like every game will work.
Yeah, but you know. And as sacrilegious as this might sound to, like, the diehard Nintendo crowd, I think it might really be time for them to consider at least releasing their classics on a third-party digital store. I hear
ya.
You know, like,
I don't see them doing that for a long
time. To just be able to purchase Twilight Princess on freaking Steam.
Yes. And then, and play it on the Steam Deck. That would be amazing. And not just be waiting, like, okay, when are they going to re-release it on Switch? Like, which, by the way, what the hell? Like, I'm so surprised they haven't done that the last, like, 2 years ago or something. But, I think we'll see that within, I mean, I don't know. Nintendo's Nintendo. They're definitely the hardest to predict out of the big three. But I do see them, at least in our lifetimes, I see them doing that at some point. You see that they're trying something. Like, they tried to release mobile games.
I think the hardest thing for Nintendo, though, is going to be giving up control over it. Nintendo, in a weird way, is kind of like the Japanese Apple. You know, like, they have to have everything in-house and on their own hardware. And
yeah, for sure. Which is like, they're the family-oriented company, but partly because of image, but I think really it's just their ethos at this point. Like you said, like Apple, where they want they don't want to give up hardly any control of their, you know, IPs to anyone else. Which is like, guys, some of them, which I get for some things, but also some companies could do it better. When it comes to
Yeah, honestly.
games like Pokemon Snap 2 and Violet, and I'm thinking of a lot of Pokemon games. But
Right.
there's like a lot of games that kind of run like garbage on the Switch.
Yeah,
which is
because
like, yeah,
and
the
don't get me wrong,
hardware's
like
aging.
I am all for a console generation lasting more than 4 years.
Behind you, I think there might be something.
Yeah. But I also like you do start to see diminishing returns when a console generation runs for 8 or more years.
8 years, yeah.
There's a sweet spot, and that sweet spot is 6 to 7, I think.
Yeah.
Like long enough that you feel like your purchase was justified.
It
But
used
not,
to be
not
like
so
5,
long that the
6
technology
years.
is way past its expiration date.
Yeah. Which more than the other 3 systems, or the other like PS4, Xbox One, the Switch shows its age. Like, especially now that there's a PS5.
The Switch when it came out was already like less powerful than the
Snap 2.
competition.
Oh yeah, yeah. Me too, Sparks. Actually, I mean, it was more Pokemon Snap. I've barely
Yeah.
played it, but
I mean, it was cool that they even acknowledged the franchise Pokemon Snap.
seriously, yeah.
But yeah, it could
it's like-
have been a little more.
Some of these games are like our first party game, and I consider Pokemon first party because it is. Let's just be real. And they run like Garbo, And then
Yeah.
you have something like the Mario games or even Mario Party that run great.
Right.
It's like, okay, why don't they all run 60 frames per second constantly? Like, these games can be optimized, and some of them just aren't.
You know
but-
what's weird? My biggest disappointment with the Switch, believe it or not, was actually how soon they gave up on Animal Crossing. I not gave up, but like quit supporting.
Yeah,
like
instead of
we got
doing
Happy
like,
Home Paradise and a couple of like seasonal free updates, and that was it.
but they don't seem to, other than maybe Splatoon, they don't really seem like the company that does any games as a service. Like, it really seems like, even though Animal Crossing seems the most like that, it is just like, to them, okay, here's DLC, and it's like the most DLC they've done, other than like maybe Mario Kart 8. But
Mario
I don't
Kart
think they
8
consider
is a
it games
great
as a
example
service.
of like why isn't Nintendo doing more of this?
Seriously. I mean, years later, and it was still very successful, and I think it helped drive people to pay for the online service, like the extra online service,
Right.
because yeah, I mean, talk about breathing new life into a game that at this point, if we're considering vanilla Mario Kart 8, this game is about 10 years old now.
Yeah.
And people
they're
were getting
still
excited
releasing
for new
stuff
shit.
for it.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Like, how hard would that be for Animal Crossing? Like, hey, we heard you guys. We know you'd really like to be able to decorate your island the way that you decorate your Happy Home Paradise island.
Yeah.
So here you go. Like, we're not asking for much.
I could see them doing that literally like 5 years from now or something, when no one's playing the game anymore,
Well, but
because that's what
that's the
Nintendo
problem.
does.
Like, already, no. And I get that Animal Crossing is meant to be like a, you sit down and you chill for like 20 minutes with it after work, and you catch a fish and you talk to your neighbor, and like I get the vibe they're going for. But it released during COVID, and it was a huge hit. Like they should have adapted a
like
little
capitalize. Yeah, for sure.
bit. And again, I'm not even disappointed with what they gave us. I just honestly, like, I'm asking them, let me spend more money on this one.
I get you. Yeah. Splatoon, I think they've done a pretty good job. Even though Splatoon is just not my jam, it is other people's. Like, some people really fucking love Splatoon. And
I never got super into Splatoon.
Me either. It's just not fun for me. But they keep releasing shit for it,
Yeah, they do.
And it wasn't that long after Splatoon 2 that they announced Splatoon 3, so it's like, okay.
Right.
Like,
and that's kind of the weird thing. Like, out of all the franchises to like really constantly show love to your fan base, I mean, yeah, Splatoon.
Did he actually
good,
grab
but why
the bullets?
Splatoon? Yeah.
Did you actually grab the bullets?
I did. No, I didn't. Look at that.
He reached for it. I saw that. He reached
just
for it and
changed
then
his
just
mind.
stopped short.
Like, I feel like I'm
You
about
know
to get
what?
murdered.
Or also just like, I think I have enough. I have over 200 bullets here.
All right, who else wants a piece? You?
Yep. Is that a thing? Yep,
Oh, yeah.
it sure is.
Look at him go. His little legs. His little boots. Look at him there with his little boots. Alright. I think that's everything in here that wants to kill me. But it's Silent Hill 2, so you're always wrong.
You are always wrong, Chris Beck.
Oh, look
Hey,
at
there
that,
we
I
go.
was wrong.
One more thing.
Ow! You changed your pattern. You can't do that.
David Attenborough's voice, the four-legged sex demon. I'm
The
not good
four-legged
at
sex demon.
English voice.
Weird, that was my nickname in college. The four-legged sex demon.
His habitat being the psyche of the tortured mind.
He's made of
Looks for its next
sex.
meal.
Oh, sex robot.
Sex robot, sex
Too beautiful
robot,
for this world.
sex robot.
Sex robot, sex robot. Sex robot, sex robot. We've referenced that no less
Coming
than
to your
like
town.
10 times in the last 6 years of making this
Oh
channel.
yeah. So glad you showed me that.
Oh, I was the one who showed you that? I
Oh
thought,
yeah, you definitely did.
Okay.
I knew about the whitest kids you know. It
Yeah.
was the whitest kids you know, right? I think so.
Yeah, why does kids you know?
I knew about them, but I definitely never saw Sex Robot.
My favorite is still how Abe Lincoln really died.
We talked about that one. I
Oh,
still
wait,
don't think
was
I've
that
ever
another
seen
one
it.
that you for some reason haven't seen?
I don't think I've seen it.
That's so weird. You should.
I will
I
watch
mean,
it
I gave
tonight.
it all away to you that one time we talked about it.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine.
I was just like, calm down, Abe, calm down, just calm down. And he just like keeps shouting horrible things to John Wilkes Booth. So like at the end of it, you're kind of like, yeah, you know what? I
Rooting
get
for
why he
him.
killed that guy. So first time you play through this, like you're just on pins and needles because you're like, what's gonna bust through that door and beat my ass? It's nothing. It's just here to mess with you. This is like one of the most nerve-wracking parts of the game, and it's nothing.
Of course.
Like-
Oh jeez.
I'm ready to die. You have like your shotgun, and you're like, oh fuck you, fuck where you came from, and nothing.
And nothing. Cool. Did you go anywhere?
Nope.
No. They just
We
locked
just
you in
got
and
what
then
we
fucked
needed.
with you.
Now it's time to leave. There might be some enemy respawns, but there's no point in pursuing them because you just leave.
Yeah.
Or am I being pursued? Nope. Not even that.
Shortcut ladder, maybe?
Yeah, a little bit. It just takes you
Sweet.
back to where you were. That was the final wait, and now I think this corridor punishes us again.
Yeah, just looking at this place, it's like, oh, fuck this place.
I know, right?
That's-
Like,
and I know they
actually
try to-
remember. I remember it a lot better than I thought I would. Like we're almost done, which is good.
Is it the same door that changes when you put the weights differently?
No,
or
it's
is it
different
different
ones
doors?
in the cell block that open, and each
Okay,
of them is
that
kind of like
open.
their own little mini dungeon, as you just said.
Gotcha.
We're through the worst of it, but there's always more. Oh, the lights don't work anymore. Great.
Sweet.
So now when you get jumped, it's totally in the dark.
They've had haunted houses where it's actually an old prison, and that's the shit that I truly will not mess with, you know?
Yeah, right.
That actually would scare the shit out of me. I
You know,
think.
it's such a horrible aesthetic because, like, prison when it's not, like, haunted and filled with demons is still a horrible place to be.
It's still a terrible place where a lot of anguish has happened.
Yeah, right? Especially,
And I
like,
don't-
old prisons.
Yeah, like where they were just like, oh, you know what? They got the evil humors. We just got to kill them. You know,
Okay.
or like old mental institutions where it's just like they're just women, so we got to kill them.
Yeah, right.
They're
They're not
so
just
much
women, Max. They're bad women. They're
so
they're
much
women who
anguish
didn't
has
follow God's
filled
plan.
these places. Like I don't think I really believe in the woo woo and the supernatural so much, but that is something where it's just like, I don't know.
You don't want to fuck with it either, right?
I don't want to fuck. Yeah.
You don't quite buy it, but you definitely don't want to chance it.
Another big one, but then a big one goes over there.
Oh,
Yeah, white.
there it is.
Yes. Oh, that is some Resident Evil ass shit. Well, classic Resident Evil ass shit.
Ooh, did I just fuck myself?
I did this whole 2-hour puzzle, and now
Shit.
the hand on the
Shit.
statue. Oh no, what'd you leave?
I need you to look up a guide real quick.
Whoop. How to get back into prison.
I
How
need
to
you to
break
tell me
into
where the
prison.
key is for the rifle. Of all the things that I remembered, I somehow overlooked that. Rifle key to Luca prison.
Do. It'll take a while to reach, blah, 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 blah. In the Toluca prison, first floor armory here.
Uh-huh.
And if you look at the map, I could tell you right. Well, no. Obviously, that's the cabinet. Never
I
mind.
know where the cabinet is.
Blah,
I need
blah,
the key.
You just have to play through, blah, blah, blah. You'll have to get to the heaviest weight from the church. Use that on the scales to open the snake door. Yeah, and then work through that area until you reach and clear the Silent Hill to remake Electric Chair Puzzle. You already did that.
Uh-huh.
That will open a lot of cell doors. Blah, blah, blah. Once all that's done, you'll be able to find the... Okay, here we go. Son of a bitch! Ads. Hold on.
You say it's in the
Okay.
it's in the snake door?
It's to the... If you open up the map, upper left, there's a witness checkpoint. Let me see what floor that is. It's in the E block cells.
E block cells. What floor?
Let's see. First floor serpent section. Okay, and then
yeah, I thought I went through all those. I must have missed them.
upper left, where it's the witness
son
checkpoint,
of a
it's the
bitch.
room just below that.
Son
You got to get
of
all
a
the weights
bitch.
back.
Oh. Okay.
That's
Hold on a
yeah.
tick. I'm not ready to call it quits. I think we can still.
Well, I mean, you already
manipulate
grabbed the thing it
weights.
dropped, so you can grab these back, I'm assuming. Or yeah, I guess just move them how you have to move them.
Oh,
Kind of reminds me of that first dungeon from Sea of Stars. Or no, it's not the first one. The demo dungeon.
uh-huh.
Actually, that game's on sale right now. It's like $24. Maybe I
Sea
should
of
get it.
Stars.
Yeah.
Ooh, hot diggity damn. Oh,
There we go. Oh, that's not it?
damn it. Damn it. Damn it, Bobby.
Are you trying to just get it on the green thing by the serpent?
Oh my god.
I mean, that's it, right? Or
Nope. It's got to be exact.
ugh. Oh, come on.
Damn it. What is the weight combination for?
Maybe not the white. Oh, no, shit. All right. I can look that up.
Hold on. Oh my god. No. Rachel. Oh, really?
Why can't I zoom in on this page, you
There it
bastard?
is. Got it. All right,
Okay.
snake doors open again. E block, you said?
I mean, that's just the floor. It's you want to head to the upper left of the floor where the witness something is.
Okay. How did I miss this? I really thought I got like everything. Okay, witness room. Okay.
Witness checkpoint, and then it's just below that where the exclamation mark is.
Oh. Wait.
Come back to this
no.
later, but not right now.
Oh no.
Oh, can you not get there?
Hold on a tick. Hold on. Well, on the plus side, even though there's no lights on, they have every opportunity to jump me. Nothing's jumping me.
Well, that's good.
So there's the ox. No. Fuck. All right, let's see if I can finagle my way back through there. I really hope I didn't somehow miss it. I mean, there were only a couple of instances in the game where I really used the rifle, but it would be really stupid if I missed it.
It would just to walk away from it, yeah. I think you probably didn't miss it, but it seems like it's going to be really annoying to get back to, which is fine. I don't mind.
Okay, so let's see here. Okay, no, I'm back in.
Okay, sweet.
All right, so death chamber to witness room. Or no,
Here,
I just want to go straight ahead.
Just go through the cell blocks?
And yeah, okay, so I just want to go from E1 to E19 to E10.
All right, I'll be back in 20 seconds. I'm going to get some eye drops.
All right, I'm hoping nothing here's waiting to kill me.
Yes.
I think we're in good shape.
No, watch out. I'm just kidding. I don't
Oh,
even have my
no.
headphones on.
Oh, it really was super obvious, and I just overlooked it. Wow, Chris. You dingleberry. All right. Well, now we know.
Okay, now my headphones are back on.
Okay, I did get it, and so far I don't seem to be paying for it with my body.
Sweet.
I mean, don't get me wrong, James isn't having a good day, regardless. Watch something immediately jump out of you. I love how Sparks, even at this point, is like just on board. Like, yeah, this is a horrible nightmare
yeah, but
scenario.
The game's still gonna fuck you.
But like, you know, there's no such thing as like horror that is so intense that it never becomes predictable or like you get desensitized to it.
That you can't get desensitized.
Yeah, like even this game, which is like absolutely the most visually astounding and like oppressive horror game I think I've ever played. You know, eventually you still like. There's nothing wrong with paying with your body. Prostitution is the world's oldest profession. That's right. But yeah, even this game eventually just becomes like, you know, same old.
And this is why exposure therapy is a thing.
Yeah,
it totally
that's right.
works.
I'll be damned if I'm going to let anybody lock me into a very small closet, but. Anyway, okay, so now we'll solve the weight puzzle, which then leads to another puzzle, which is pretty easy. And
so
then we enter into the labyrinth, which isn't quite as I really feel like the prison in a weird way is kind of like the final real test of endurance. But the labyrinth, which is what we're coming up on, it's a long section, but it's more linear.
Yeah. Which is always, you don't have to think as much. It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's like you're just kind of going through it, and it's kind of a gauntlet a little bit, which is unusual for this game. There we go.
Oh, easy peasy.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, there's a couple moments in there that are truly pants shitting, particularly involving Pyramid Head, but
yeah.
It's
okay, so didn't
bad.
you collect that lever already because you solved that puzzle? Like when you had to go back and
the lever, that door locks and you can't go back into the prison.
Okay, gotcha. Alrighty, so you had to load. All right.
Yeah. So let's see. We've got 15 rifle bullets, not bad. 61 shotgun bullets, which is real good. And then
does it not like a scope or anything, but do you have some range on the rifle? Like,
oh yeah.
Can you actually aim it pretty well?
Yeah, it's a pretty decent, like it's basically just really accurate from a long range and
gotcha.
Wipes out whatever you're aiming it at. For up close, you definitely want more of the shotgun.
I still got to play through Resident Evil 4. I'm like on chapter 3 or so. Like I think I'm about to get out of the village, or chapter 3, chapter 4. But man, I feel like the game kind of gets almost easier because in the beginning you don't have a whole lot, but in the first parts of the village,
yeah,
if you stay there, they just keep coming at you. Eventually they stop, but they probably have like 50 enemies at one point. Like the just amount of enemies they throw at you in that game is kind of nuts.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, you've got to read all of these and match the bottom of the plaque to the top.
Gotcha. Excuse me.
Okay. So let's see here. For your grace I do not plead. For the flames I did set free. Sisters shrieked and children cried. No one made it out alive. I watched them burn. I heard them cry. I felt a soothing warmth inside. It felt so good I cannot lie, and for my bliss they had to die. So basically, we're solving all of these. We're matching the couplets, and then we are deciding which of these people that committed these horrible crimes did so for a noble reason.
Gotcha. Interesting.
So let's see here. Take, break, regret that. The wealth of others I did take, the seventh statute I did break, and yet my deeds I don't regret. I had my reasons, that is that. So we're looking about one that has to do with thieving. The reason I have to say was to survive another day. To them, it was a loaf of bread. To me, a cherished step ahead.
Maybe that one, but...
Or do we have to decide who is guilty? If it's guilty, it's number 1. If it's innocent, it's number 2. Let's solve number 3 and we'll figure it out. I took the child, you are quite right, carried her off into the night. She did not scream, she did not bawl. I was her father, after all. My only daughter, here it is. There are days they wanted to take you away. Hush, little baby, and be still. If I can't have you, no one will.
So that one seems guilty.
That one seems pretty guilty. So I think if we're doing innocent, it's number 2. Let's just finish them out here just to be sure. Once the sun has ceased its rain, I cut through the rusty chain, pushed the door, snuck within, filled my pockets to the brim. Oh, wait. This could
that
also
one seems
be...
pretty... Let's see what else there is, because that still seems like it fits, but...
Yeah, hold on a sec.
Let's see, what else do we got?
Maybe
that one.
Yet I did not. I did so not for gain, so I... I think the pharmacy one might be...
Is 4.
Yeah, 4. And this one...
I think you had that in the right spot.
Okay. Once the sun had ceased its rain, cut through the rusty chain, pushed the door, stuck within, filled my pockets to the brim. So my guilt is plain to see. I had to rob the pharmacy. Yet I did so not for gain, but so I could ease the pain. So again, kind of innocent, right?
Yeah.
Mommy dearest, mommy sweet, your love for me was so deep. Why, oh why, you shouted when my knife pierced through your heart. In truth, I did not hesitate.
Okay,
and my blade
that's
sealed the poor
doesn't
man's-
seem to.
This one's got to go
fit.
6. I waited long, I bid my time. I waited to
there we
commit
go.
my crime. The man appeared, he saw me, not a bloody end is what he got. In truth, he did not hesitate. As my blade sealed the poor man's fate, he knew the rules, they are quite clear. Go against me, your end is near. For your grace, I do not plead. Flames free. Sisters shriek, children cry. No one made it out alive. I watched them burn. I heard them cry. Felt so. For my bliss, they had died. So that's guilty.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see here. Pull ye but one rope straight on. Choose the one justified among the damned. Seek out their tales. Think upon each sin. Or let blind fate choose. Let the judgment.
So it only says one is justified?
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, maybe. I felt like, yeah.
I kind of
What
feel
else?
like maybe. Well, I don't know. So you could read this one of two ways. Like he had a crippling illness and it was the only way he could get medicine. Or he's
Yeah.
a junkie. And
Or
he
he's
just,
a junkie.
Yeah.
Shit.
I mean,
And it's just like,
this
especially
one,
who.
this one is horrible.
Yeah, let's not.
This one is just
Yeah,
ego.
that one's
Like you shouldn't
definitely-
have messed with me.
Yeah, I'm the Godfather.
This
that
one
one's
is
definitely evil.
selfish.
And that one's just a murderer. So it's either 2 or 4, I feel like.
Yeah, for my bliss.
I'm
it's
gonna
either 2 or
say
4.
probably 2.
Let's save before, because if
Yeah.
you pick the wrong one, they throw you down into a pit of enemies and it's a big ammo sink.
Oh,
So I'm gonna
shit, yeah.
save scum it.
Good thinking. Yeah, I feel like the game is just like, that's right, he was a junkie or something. I don't know.
Yep. Oh, for God's sake.
Good thing you just saved.
That was awesome, Chris. Starts pounding medicine.
I guess to figure this out, I gotta think like a criminal.
Yeah, right.
Oh God! Starts injecting
Gotta
himself.
solve the junkie puzzle. I gotta think like a junkie. So you want to go with 2 being justified?
Yeah,
See if we're right.
what a weird puzzle. So it feels like there's ways to test this.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Ow. I
bad?
think we got it wrong. No, maybe not. Oh, look at that. You were right.
Sweet.
I don't remember him knocking his head, though, last time. So I don't think there's anything in any of these doors, but, you know, I'm going to check.
Always good to check. And you said that he marks them on the map, right?
Yeah.
As like locked.
Oh, God. Is that another me? Probably.
Maybe.
And into the labyrinth we go, Max.
Whee!
The part that's coming up next is one of the most intense in the game, but it's also weirdly easy. Like, there's this bit with Angela, who we'll see again in a little bit. And it's kind of like James's turn to face her demons.
Yeah.
And her demon is really intimidating, and it's horrifying. But then you realize how freaking easy it is. and actually, I believe when I was reading on it later, it's like, why was that such a pushover? Like, am I just like super smart? And like, no, the whole point of the thing is the demon that Angela is wrestling with is representative of her abusive father. And like all bullies, he's a coward, right?
Yeah.
So like, he looks really tough until someone stands up to him.
Interesting. Okay.
And he folds pretty easy. I thought that was kind of a cool touch. I'm like, oh wow, like it was so simple to defeat that like I had to look it up.
It made you
like,
question
did I
it.
just break the game by accident, or
Yeah, I gotcha.
like no, it's like that's the whole point is abusers are always cowards, right?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How far in the earth are you going?
Well, depends. Is it really still the Earth, or is this now metaphor land?
Are we in hell?
It's a metaphor. You just hear a guy on the speaker.
It's the dog.
The prison is inside you. Okay, but I still really gotta leave. I've got work tomorrow. No, you don't. Oh.
God, this is.
I think we have time for one more part here.
This is one of the worst days this week.
Come on, man. My boss is gonna kill me. They're going to kill you. All right, fine. Just checking.
Is this the more clear? Are we still in the prison?
Nope,
This
we're
is
done
the
with
more-
the prison.
Okay.
The labyrinth is actually it's like I said, it's long, but it's linear. It's the final dungeon. Like there's still the hotel, but the hotel is it's hard to describe. It's kind of more surreal.
Gotcha.
Like it's a lot of plot development. It's not super challenging. The labyrinth is like the last real like major puzzle, like, and the enemies are a threat area.
Gotcha.
There's definitely things in the hotel that can kill you, but I thought it was overall a much... I mean, it really is just like kind of the game winding down and James either succumbing to or triumphing over his demons, depending on how you played the game.
Gotcha.
Please. I'll be good.
Oh,
I promise.
hey, Angela.
Meh.
James is just like getting used to the place too. He's like, hey, how are you doing? Surviving? Yeah, I hear that.
Angela, it's me.
Me, your buddy James.
Please.
I didn't hurt nobody, didn't need hurting.
Daddy.
Daddy? Huh, your dad is ugly.
I
Kermit the Frog here.
don't even know what that is.
Hope you're ready for some sex.
There we go.
I haven't fucked in a long time. Now, I'm going to fuck you.
Sorry, I got stuck in that thing. Anyway,
Alright, come here.
I'm an abuser.
Now watch this little punk. That's his one move. It's just jump at you and grab.
Yeah, I think it's more about what it represents to her and to you. It's
Right,
just
it's the
like,
terror
You ain't
of
my
it.
dad.
You're not my dad.
You're just a chump.
I don't want a hug. Oh, shit. Whoops. Well, sometimes he'll still hit you, but... Yep. See? Just a punk.
Nice.
Yeah, let's drink 2 of those. So let's see. I think there might be some ammo around. Oh, maybe not. Maybe the ammo is only for those who are, like, fighting him with guns.
Struggling at this point.
Well, that's the other thing, too. Like, what made me try that melee move that you saw was that I noticed, like, I was using a lot of ammo on him and not getting very far with it. And that's when I realized, again, like, the strategy is just different for him. Like, you're meant to figure out that bullets aren't doing much.
Gotcha.
and trying the melee attack. All right, now it's pretty much just follow the light, destroy the TVs, and then he challenges you to one more fight. No, hi, Angela.
Mm.
We cool? Angela? Oh, this was her. It's actually really depressing. This was her safe space. Yeah.
Yeah.
Carved out a closet to hide in. Just awful. Did I miss a TV? You don't hear like a TV sound, do you?
Not a TV. I hear what sounds like hissing.
Oh, I think he's back. Where is he? No? I don't think it's randomized, but I've only done this once. And I don't remember the the layout is meant to be discombobulating.
Gotcha.
Okay, here comes TV. There it is.
Rare.
Boom.
Here we go.
Daddy. Oh, daddy. You're a bad daddy. Oh, where's he gone? Did I get him? I got him.
Yeah, I think you got him.
But again, it's meant to be like, you know, it's really tight quarters and it's meant to feel like claustrophobic and...
Yeah, and it's like you got to use your ears more than your eyes because it's really dark.
Yeah, right. But again, like the whole point of it though is that like if you just stand up to him, he folds like a cheap suit.
Yeah, like to not freak out basically.
Yep.
There's another voice I hear.
Let's see here. Nope.
I think this way.
Daddy. Oh, daddy. You're such a bad daddy.
Oh, can you hide from him in here?
Yeah, I think he goes away if you do this. Yeah.
Nice.
Then we double back and destroy his drinking TV. Damn, there's some asbestos in here.
The Pink Panther stuff.
Yeah, right. That shit'll fuck you up. James just stops to like pull a tuft of it off the wall and sniff deep. Like, oh, James, no. Angela? Angela. Break the stupid TV. Daddy? Okay.
Oh.
What do we have, Max?
Something. I thought I saw something like happening on the ceiling. Probably not, though. Probably just stuff falling.
Was he in there? I'm gonna double check because I'd hate to miss an item. Nope. That doesn't look good.
Oh, it's
though.
a fan. Okay.
Seems like something that could kill you if you fucked around with it long enough.
Yeah, right.
I love that this is the introduction to the labyrinth. Oh, there it is. All right. Yeah, where's your ESPN now, huh? Care for your walls with nipples. Flesh nipple walls.
What is above you? There's stuff like hanging and just machinery. Interesting.
Just machinery. Just good old-fashioned American engineering. Dad prided himself in two things: his work and rape, unfortunately.
Oh God.
Now, fortunately, here we have a big open space to take him out. It's still dark, but, you know, we're gonna be fine. He just wants a hug.
I wonder why is he like merged with a table?
Painting, I thought, but it's hard to tell. There we go. Back in the rhythm. The Wally rhythm. That was a close one. Two close ones. I gotta quit being so greedy, Max.
That's why I get this over with.
Oh, it was over before it started.
So you were just like smack him in the back, like.
You know, I imagine for anyone who had a
Talk
horrible
about, like,
father,
making a
this fight would be very cathartic.
Yeah, I bet. There we go.
There she goes. She's getting in on it now, too. That's right.
Okay, Angela.
Hey, is that plugged in? Oh, it doesn't matter.
It's okay.
Nice.
Calm down.
Don't order me around.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I just.
Still your friend.
It's okay. It's over.
It's definitely over for that guy.
Try what?
Like you don't know. I see what you're doing.
Think that just because you murdered my dad, I'll
You're
sleep with you,
only after
right?
One thing.
Angela, please.
I'm like 20 years older than you. Please stop.
Go ahead. Say it.
Though actually, I believe James' canonical age in this game is like 29 or something. I don't even think he's 30.
That's- Gosh.
But he,
I would have guessed late 30s or
yeah, mid to late 30s is absolutely what I always saw him as. And certainly like his mannerisms and like, you know, kind of physique look. But like he's kind of got that grizzled, like, you know, definitely not like
Not a
aging,
young man.
but
yeah.
but firmly middle age.
Angela.
Yeah.
I don't know who you.
But I guess
am.
in Japan that's 29.
I don't hurt you.
I mean, considering when they're like 15 or 16,
I
they
just
seem
wanna get
like
my Mary back.
grown men who could save the world.
Yeah, that's exactly
In their
right. In Final
RPGs at
Fantasy,
least.
like all the heroes are 16 to 20 years
You're
old.
Mary.
Man, I was so disappointed when I turned 21 and hadn't saved the world yet.
Mary.
Yeah.
Like, shit. My latent
Behind.
powers better awaken real soon here, because...
Was. For a while.
What?
Admit it. You didn't want her around anymore.
Ooh, she knows some shit,
Ooh.
too.
No.
You probably found someone else.
So I love that, like, all through this, like, you really... Because you're playing as him, you sympathize with James, and he's clearly
Find my mama.
guilty for whatever it was he did.
Mhm.
And he's doing what he can to make up for it, but it's more like is he doing it to assuage his own guilt, or, and that's kind of the question that the ending asks, is it really for Mary or is it for himself that he's doing this?
Yeah.
And like what good would it be for her if she were still alive and suffering and he just got to say he was sorry and say goodbye? Like that wouldn't change a thing.
Yeah.
Right? And so in a weird way, even though this game like really doesn't touch on any major religious themes, there is kind of that like, what is genuine repentance, right? Is it for yourself or is it for the person you hurt? I think that's kind of a cool
imagine it's a good question.
moral conundrum.
And I think most times it's both, but
yeah, right.
yeah,
And that's the thing. Like, if you're genuinely acting in remorse for the sake of another person, it's liberating for you too.
yeah.
However, if they're just kind of a means to an end so you can make yourself feel better, that's not good.
Yeah.
All right, so
That's
get used to this
probably
fucking
nothing.
thing, 'cause next time on Play the Hits, we're going to spend a lot of time in here.
Cool.
But like I said, it's comparatively linear to the prison. I think it's also a little bit shorter, too, overall.
Okay.
But yeah, Sparks. Oh, boy.
Oh yeah, some freaky looking stuff. What do you think? Like 2 episodes left,
Yeah, I think we've got...
or maybe?
Next episode, we'll make it through the labyrinth, and we'll probably begin the hotel, and then last episode will just be the hotel.
All right, so 2 episodes. It seems
Yeah.
like.
I may go...
And then maybe sometime in the future when you figure out the other endings.
Yeah, right. I would love to do an episode where we just, like, do some of, like, the more, like, random endings, like the alien or the dog. That would be fun.
Yeah.
All right,
All
we'll
right,
see you
sounds
next time,
good to
buddy.
me. See you next time, Night Sparks.
Night Sparks. Thanks for joining us.